Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. It's your boy C. Diddy. My man Matt makes me sick in the building. Matt's not paying attention.
I apologize. Yeah, the Cowboys.
The Cowboys just lost. It's a bad day for both of us. We're Cowboys fans, so as much as we wanted to give like a cool intro and like
I got a headache.
Talk about how we love everybody and like
pissed.
We're killing shit and all that. It's not working. Like I'm saying, it's a bad night for us. Like Aaron Rodgers is the GOAT, and it's crazy because when I walked out of my crib, I'm like, Aaron Rodgers is the GOAT. He's the best quarterback I've personally seen play in my 33 years of life, and then he goes and does some GOAT shit.
People don't even understand that we almost crashed like 3 times because I was looking at ESPN coming up here. It's like, it's just a bad day. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, we here. We finally got in the studio. We finally getting this done. This has been like what?
This has been exactly a year in the making.
Exactly a year.
And for those of you out there that don't know, this is the realest podcast ever. C. Diddy, Matt makes me sick. And like I said, this is a new day in the podcast era. Like, we're not going to pull no punches. We're going to give you that education. We're going to give you that political talk. We're going to give you that sports talk. We're going to give you that big booty bitches talk. We're going to give you everything in one. And this is not your typical podcast.
No, not at all. Not at all. It's just going to be retardedness, ridiculousness, raunchiness. I don't know. Give me another word that starts with R. Chad's looking away right now. He's trying to find a word that starts with R. He's Googling R words.
Ridiculous.
I already said that.
Red. It's going to be red. Everybody likes red.
Oh, man. So, like, we just going to get right into it. Like, this episode is going to be pretty much like, fuck 2016. Like, 2016 was not a good year. We lost a lot of celebrities. A lot of craziness happened in this country. A lot of just foolishness went down. Like, where you want to start?
I mean, what I can say is, before we even get into the whole 2016 talk, I just got a dumbass text message that just kind of threw me off.
Yeah, I seen you looking at it.
It's ridiculous. So what I would say is this. How did we get here? Nobody's supposed to be here. Me, Matt, we are not podcasters. But what is a podcaster anyway?
Yeah, it's amazing me. Like, people be so upset with, like, the country and everything. I'll be like, this is America. Like, the fact that you don't have any journalism experience. Neither one of us went to school for this. Neither one of us have any communications degrees, nothing. And it's just like, yo, we both have cash, so let's just rent out a studio and start a podcast. And it's like, boom, here we are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and we actually found the best studio we could find, like after not much time of searching.
It literally was like a day. It was like, yo, I looked around, called around, shout out to Nikki, and it was like, boom, we in here. You know what I'm saying? We got Just in the programming booth, so that's what's up. But yeah, I'm getting dumbass texts now. Jesus Christ.
It's like a dumbass text evening. Like, the Cowboys lose, they know you're a Cowboys fan. Dumbass text. Like, a girl in your life, whatever's going on with that. Dumbass text. It's just like,
I just got a yo, cuz, are you coming to work tomorrow? It's like what? Like,
it's tomorrow Monday. I'll be there. Like, what the fuck? For those of you that don't know, Matt is an international SEPTA driver in the world of transportation. SEPTA is the Southeast Pennsylvania Transportation Authority here.
No bullshit. I didn't know what that meant until like 2 years ago.
You've been working for SEPTA for how long?
8.
Yeah, like, I mean, you're just coming to work getting the check. You know, when you get a paycheck every single Thursday uninterrupted, fuck what the company means, because I'm here for my paycheck.
I swear to God, I didn't know what the S and the E stood for. I knew P was Pennsylvania. I knew T had to be transportation.
Right? It's like it's a bus or a train or a trolley. It's transit.
It was like
we'll figure the rest out.
I would have never guessed Southeastern, because it's like, who came up with that?
Who knows that this is Southeastern Pennsylvania?
Yo.
Like, even though I'm a resident, who knows that it's actually indeed Southeast Pennsylvania on the map? And for those of you that don't know, let's do this real quick, man. Philadelphia is unlike anywhere else in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
There's nothing like it. Like, the humans that inhabit this particular part of Pennsylvania are unlike anywhere else in the state. We are not like central Pennsylvanians, Harrisburg, Lancaster, Reading. We are not like western Pennsylvanians, Pittsburgh, and whatever the fuck else is west of Pittsburgh.
It's an aggressive city. It's like,
yes,
if you don't, it's hard to explain, because it's like you go other places and you realize real quick, like, damn, I'm really from Philly, because I'm angry as shit. If the light turns green and motherfuckers don't instantly start moving, I'm pissed. It's a real aggressive town. It's cool though, because it makes you like that. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is when it comes to that.
Yeah, without a doubt. So, again, both of us native Philadelphians. This episode here is going to be basically about, recapping 2016 and all of the wild fuck shit that went on in 2016, namely celebrity deaths, the loss of our wonderful president, or not so wonderful, depending on how you think about it, Barack Obama.
Obama's wonderful.
And then the new regime with Darth Trump that is starting, in the next couple of days, actually. Like, and it's amazing that the shit came to be, like, so rapidly and so quickly. And just to kind of start this off, like, on the political aspect, like, I remember standing in front of DocuCare, which is like a famous printing place here in Philadelphia, in the summertime, talking to a friend and telling him these exact words: Americans are crazy enough to elect Donald Trump.
Yeah, we're obsessed with, like, the reality television. So it's just the fact that him being like a reality TV star, I said it. I'm like, it wouldn't shock me for Trump to win this election. It's essentially Stevie J. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just like, why not? Because that's really where we are in this country. Like, we're obsessed with reality television. And it's just, I knew it when he started the whole Make America Great Again, and those hats started popping up everywhere, and you saw the rallies, and just how the rallies were going. It was just like, yo, he's gonna win this election.
Yeah,
like, there's no way around it. Like,
what I would say is Trump did the exact opposite of what Barack did with the Hope campaign in terms of the types of people he attacked and pinned his campaign on.
I think he did exactly what Barack did,
but just for a different demographic.
Like, the way Barack woke up the young vote, and he woke up the inner city. Yeah. Like, I remember going to vote in, what was that, 2008?
Yeah, and it's
it was a party.
Fucking
like,
right and voting.
You got to the school, you had to wait. It was a line. That shit was like vanity. Like, it was a line. Like, you had to wait your turn, and it was like the place to be. Everybody, yo, what's up? Oh, like, people you ain't seen in a while was at the voting
vote or
booth.
die was real. Like, people bought into that
and
shit.
Trump woke up every redneck. It's
all the middle Americas that even wasn't middle America. He woke all of them up.
I used to drive trucks, man, and I used to go across country. Like, I used to go from here to Seattle.
Right.
And when you leave the inner city and you get out in these places, you realize, damn, there aren't black people here. They're just not around. Y'all have never seen them. They look at you like it's shocking almost. Like, damn, like, because they only black people they ever see are on, BT and shit. Like, so it's, they don't know how to take you. They don't understand you. And I remember being in Oklahoma, and it was a diner I stopped at, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna go in here and get some breakfast. I'm in Oklahoma. It's broad daylight. How fucking wild could it be? And I opened the screen door, and
it was like you stepped into the fucking bar at the OK Corral.
Screen door, and like, you walk in and everybody's looking at you, and I come up, sit at the counter. The waitress walked up and said, "What are you having? And just so you know, we don't have any grits." I'm like, bitch, get me some pancakes and shut the fuck up.
I'm surprised they didn't say, "Hey, we have a celebrity in the building. Warren Sapp is here, ladies and gentlemen."
Like, real shit. That's really, like, the only blacks they see are on television.
Celebrity figures.
So they really, like, another perfect example, working at Harley Davidson. White dude who was a mechanic said, yo, we were on lunch break. He's like, yo, Matt, man, one day we're both off. I want to go to the hood with you. And I'm like, why do you want to go there? Like,
I don't go there.
I'm like, I don't go there.
I don't go there.
I'm like, what do you want to go there for? He's like, I just want to, feel the vibe and the essence. And
there is no essence.
He's like, I want to see a rap battle.
They'll kidnap you. There are no
rap battle.
There are no rap battles.
But you figure all he's ever seen is black people on BET on fucking 106 in Park. So he like, yo, it's Friday. I know you guys are freestyling. Why not go to Freestyle Friday? Let me come down. I'm looking at him like, yo, like, black people, like, we working. We trying
we have regular shit going on.
Yeah, it's like, we don't wake up and like, yo, get the linoleum. We break dancing. It's like, no, it don't make no sense.
Call Radio Raheem up. We need the tunes.
Real talk.
It's like, it's not like that.
But it's
all.
like Trump woke up all of them, and it's like, to see it hurts me a little bit almost to see black people supporting him. That's the part that because he's so ignorant.
Yeah. But you know what a lot of it is? People are literally like, oh, he's talking about the Muslims and the Mexicans. He ain't talking about us. No, man. You too, motherfucker. You next.
You can pull it up on the YouTube. He said, like, when his message to the black voters, like, whenever you got somebody running for president, they'll have a message to the Catholics, a message to the Christians, a message to the older people, a message to the veterans. His message to the black people was, what do you got to lose? He said,
not me,
he said,
then this bitch.
I'm talking about verbatim. He said, you're living in poverty. Your schools are no good. 58% of your youth is unemployed. What do you got to lose?
Right.
Like, that was his whole take. Like, your houses are falling apart.
It's already
Your
shitty.
schools are fucked up. Your poppy store doesn't even sell hot food. How fucking worse could it possibly be if I'm president?
Everything you're eating is drenched in grease. It's not going to be that
yo,
much
like,
bad.
I know y'all sick of hoagies. That's a crazy outlook.
Yeah.
And he really became president.
Yeah.
And it's just like, damn, like, it don't even make sense.
I mean, the biggest thing to me was like the way in which he manipulated the media and dominated the news cycle. It's beautiful to see it, because it's like there was an 8-minute and like 37-second video that popped up on World Star of all these different political pundits and quote unquote experts or whatever saying how he's a fucking clown, there's no way he's gonna win. And then doubling and tripling and quadrupling down on it. Oh, by the way, remember when I told you on August 12th he's a fucking clown and he's not gonna win? This is why he's a fucking clown and he's not gonna win. And then fast forward to November, he won in a landslide.
Did you voted?
Without a doubt.
Election day?
I should have voted for Trump. Like, my vote would have counted.
Listen,
because he won Pennsylvania.
Election day, when I walked into the school to vote. Now, I'm thinking back on 12 when I voted for Obama, 08 when I voted for Obama. When I walked into the school, there was no one in there. It almost was like there were no poll workers in there. And I'm like, damn, like, Trump's going to win this. Like, you know, it's no way. Because Hillary it's like almost like she won Pennsylvania. I mean, he won Pennsylvania. And it's just like,
but for those of you who don't know, let's put this in perspective. I'm a perspective guy. Like, Barack won Pennsylvania the last 2 elections in a landslide. Like, it wasn't even close.
Like, it was a cookie.
So for a Republican candidate to come along and not only close the gap or make it close with the Democratic candidate, but to win outright. Like, he won outright. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, Hillary? Like, Democratic Party, what the fuck are you doing? I mean, like, how did this happen?
Outside of Philadelphia, Pittsburgh,
it was like 1 or 2 other counties, like Allegheny or something like that.
The state colleges, it's like
outside of like the 4 places in Pennsylvania where people have majority of their teeth.
Yeah,
he won.
You get up there in those little hick
Appalachia
towns
and all
where
that
they
shit,
eating paydays for breakfast and shit. Like, you get up there,
and possum.
They're not voting for Hillary. I feel like that was the major thing, is that they just couldn't get behind a woman.
That's all it was. It was a straight sexist decision. Like, hey, Donald Trump's kind of a dickhead, but he ain't no Hillary. He ain't Hillary. Like,
it was like we
I'll
know
take
Trump
a dickhead as president.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't taking no what. My wife tried to tell me what to do at home. Yeah. I ain't dealing with that shit by the president.
And like I said, the same way Obama got the young people charged up, where it was like people, I remember people crying. So I remember the night Obama won. Yo, me and Ross, that's my man. Shout out Ross. Me and Ross.
Shout out Ross.
You know Ross. You know Ross well. Me and Ross were downtown, and Ross had on a suit and a trench coat, and that just blew my mind. It was like, all right. He was like, yeah, man, presidential. Obama's about to win this. Da-da-da-da-da. Cool. People were in the street celebrating. I remember like white people, black people, Asian. It was the Asian store on 47th in Baltimore. They was outside banging on woks, screaming Obama. And it was just like, damn, like, he really brought everybody together, and it was beautiful. And then you look at Trump, it was the same thing. It just wasn't for us. It was like,
it was a complete opposite.
it like people getting beat up and trampled on at the, like, I remember him saying, yo, punch him in the face. I'll get you out of jail, when the boy was disrupting the rally. It was just
like, punch the shit out of him.
Like,
and kick him when he falls.
Yo, Trump had him charged up. And, you know, my thing is this, though, to people, because there's been a lot of this. Like, I actually went into my grandfather's house today, and one of the neighbors went there, and she was like, so what you think was going to be like now with Trump? And I'm like, yo, real shit, I'm still going to work. Chick-fil-A still got 12 pieces. It's like, speaking of Chick-fil-A,
they did me dirty the other day. I was in a Chick-fil-A.
We was just at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, but that was great that day. Yeah. Shout out to Chick-fil-A on up the boulevard. That was amazing. I went to Chick-fil-A the other day, and I wanted chicken strips, but I also, with tenders, whatever the fuck they are, but I also wanted nuggets. So I'm like, all right, I'm on like this healthy eating kick or whatever. I'm going to get 4 strips, a fruit cup instead of French fries because I'm trying to not be fat
You are
anymore.
A fruit cup. You threw me off.
With it fucked you up, right? I'm consistent with the fruit cup.
I'm like, yo, can I get his fries?
Fuck giving him a fruit cup. Give me his fries.
Yo.
So I get the chicken tenders, I get the fruit cup, and then on the side, I was like, yo, and let me get an 8-piece order of nuggets, but grilled nuggets. So here's the fucked up part. They gave me the nuggets or whatever, but they were regular fried nuggets. That's enough of a headache. Then I go in there and there's 7 nuggets instead of 8. Somebody that works at Chick-fil-A ate one of my fucking nuggets. Like, I'm pissed off about this. And I want to let you know, Chick-fil-A, if you're out there, we're looking for sponsors. You can make that up to us by sponsoring the show. Yeah, and you owe me a fucking nugget.
Pay us in nuggets and money. And
right.
That was like half nuggets, half cash.
and honey mustard and sriracha sauce.
Oh, you put me on. That sriracha sauce.
The sriracha sauce is lit.
I actually went to, no bullshit, I made chicken and took it to work and stopped at Chick-fil-A just to get sriracha
Let me get the sriracha
sauce. And left. And they friendly enough that they'll give it to you.
No problem.
You know, McDonald's, you got to order 40 nuggets to get a sauce. So it's like, but yeah. The where were we? We got completely off track. When
Chick-fil-A. Everybody loves Chick-fil-A.
Who doesn't?
There's apparently like some, just to go completely off topic again, there's like some chicken place, I don't know where it is, like Zaxby's or something like that all these people keep talking about, like these New Yorkers and shit like that. They keep talking about like on Twitter, like how Chick-fil-A is fucking trash, go to Zaxby's. And I'm like, I've never even heard of this place.
I just had my first piece of gas station chicken.
Oh, the crispy crunchy?
Yeah.
Fucking lit.
Yeah,
but the problem is, like, you feel like the instant, like, cardiac. You feel like your heart follicles closing up if you eat too much of that shit.
It's just, for me, it's hard to be like, yo, let me get a 4-piece and put the rest on 3.
Right.
That's what threw me off at first, because it's like, damn, I'm really getting chicken and gas. But the chicken is phenomenal.
The chicken is phenomenal.
I actually had some the other day.
The recipe is like, what the fuck, man? Like, what do y'all put? Like, whose grandmom is cooking this chicken?
That's why I'm like, what old lady do y'all have back
here?
there?
Like, I'm confused.
It's
all Arabs
phenomenal.
and Mexicans working here, but this is grandmom chicken. Like, this is better than anything crowd fried ever rolled out in the last 18 years.
We both hungry as shit. We got way off track again.
So back to fuck 2016. Donald Trump is your president. We don't know how shit's gonna go. I would imagine that he's gonna be, as crazy and maniacal as he's been so far. He dissed Meryl Streep on Twitter the other day. That was awesome. Yeah. He called her one of the most overrated actresses of all time. Now my thing is this, right? If Drake doesn't have time to respond to all the little dirty niggas dissing him, why does the president have time to respond to Meryl Streep?
I was talking about that today when I was on Twitter, and chick had blocked somebody we know, and she's like a halfway famous Instagram chick, carries fireworks through the nightclub, and
model girl,
sits ass naked on the sink, all that shit,
right,
and
has sex with G-list celebrities that come through the club and get deeply discounted bottles.
Yeah. Whatever player is averaging 4 point whatever on the Sixers is probably running down on it.
Bitch, my nigga in the NBA. Bitch, your nigga don't know what it's like to be in the NBA because he don't play. Like.
But she had blocked one of our homies, and I was like, that's when you're a celebrity, like a mega celebrity, because like Beyonce isn't about to block anyone. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's not about
She don't even see it.
Yeah, it's like they not about to take the time out. But like, there are tons, I could name them. There are tons of
Earl 47892 from Wisconsin. I'm blocking you, motherfucker. Like, she don't even see this shit.
And it's just like, it just amazes me that we got a president now who trolls on Twitter.
Yeah, all day.
He's on Twitter.
It's like he must have a guy that's like, you are my this person got out of pocket guy. Like, as soon as somebody get out of pocket, let me know, because I'm a burn that ass on Twitter.
Real
like,
talk. It's
the POTUS is burning people on Twitter, giving motherfuckers hot bars. Like.
It's on Twitter, wilding, and that's kind of where I'm at when it comes to Obama. Like, did you watch his farewell speech?
Yeah.
He's class, all like
he's class personified.
Like he like, I wish I could be him, because they speak so bad about it.
I wish I could be like half of what he
like.
is.
He nothing rattles him. You've never seen Barack Obama act irrationally, emotionally, and they talk so. I mean, everything he does, they talk bad about his kids, his wife. I can't do it. Like, me, I'm the emotional reactor on Twitter. Everybody knows that. Like, I'm my mother.
You mean, pussy?
Yeah, I'm my parents' firstborn son.
Where you at right now?
I have to say something. There's been times when like they've been like flaming me on Twitter, and I'm like, yo, fuck this. It's an app. let me log out. And I go away from the app and go over to like, you know, some weird shit I got on my phone, like blackjack. And I'm like, yo, I can't fucking function. Let me get back on Twitter and say something. And it's like, I watch Obama and just how much class he walks around with. Nothing fake. They said his wife, his queen, mother of his children, looks like a gorilla. And he just got to be like, you know, you brush that off. You don't worry about the hair. And it's just like, I can't, like, my lady, my wife, like my children's mother, a gorilla?
Right.
I'm going to show up.
The first lady of the United States of America?
I'm going to show up to where you at in a gorilla costume. Like, it's no way.
I'm going to show you gorilla
There's no way I can let that rock. And Obama just does it. And it's not even like a thing where you like, oh, he got chumped, he got played. He just too grown for that. It's just class to the very end. And it's going to be a shame to see. Like, I was watching her on Michelle on Jimmy Fallon, where people was leaving like farewell messages for her, and she would come from behind and surprise them. And people breaking down, crying. Like, you're not about to get that with whatever.
She can't even read.
Yo, she
legit can't read. She's not from here. Like, she can't barely read the language. Like it's not. We're not joking. It's funny, but we're not joking. Like, it's not the same vibe.
It's not going to be anything like when Obama and Michelle were in the White House. It's just not. And then you saw the way the youngest daughter wasn't there the other day, and where was she at? Oh, she had an exam. She ain't got no exam. Why? And it's like, yo,
she's in school. Yo.
Cool out.
Like she in school, yo.
Yeah, and it's just you can't even, when you're him, you can't even break from, you know what I mean, the norm and like start drawing. Like, so that's the part of it that burned me up a little bit, watching him just on his last speech still giving him criticism and everything. And it's, he's the first black president.
Yeah.
He handled it all and
everything in stride.
Yeah, he got through it. And I don't got to run down. He ran through them. I thought that was dope too. That was literally like, remember when Jay-Z dropped "What More Can I Say" on the Black Album? That was Obama's "What More Can I Say."
Drop the mic.
Like, because he ran in through everything he had done. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn, like he's gonna be missed. Like he's gonna truly be missed. Watching what's going on now, he's gonna truly be missed. I thought that was on.
No, he spun. Yeah, Matt, for those of you out there listening, Matt spun the computer around like, I'm about to just pull up some motherfucking highlights.
I thought it was a TV because I thought you was watching the game. That's
you like, this nigga watching the highlights?
Yo, I thought you was watching the Chiefs game.
Yeah, no, it's just a monitor.
But what was really crazy about the whole, like I said, and I'm not one of those people like, 2016 took, it took so-and-so from us. It took people freak out like, it was a bad year. But we did lose a lot of celebrities.
A lot of people.
I really didn't. You were at my house the other day, and you was
running it down.
Chad was just talking. I'm in the dining room, and I'm hearing him like, wait, he died? Damn. So-and-so, because I didn't know.
Yeah.
And, I'm not on it. But there were a lot of celebrities.
I mean, and the thing is like, people die every day. It's a part of life. It is what it is. But it's like, we lost a lot of like international icons and celebrities and like people that like really did life's work and like their lives meant not only something to them and to their families but to the world. It's like we lost multiple people like that. Like, just kind of starting off, you lost Prince, like the purple one, like amazing artist. Like, for years and years and years there's a battle, who's the greatest, him or Michael. The guy played 29 instruments. Like,
what's crazy is I don't remember that battle. I mean, I guess it's because I'm young.
I remember. It was like a thing. There was like a Cold War between him and Michael in terms of like, they were supposed to do this record or do that record.
They definitely didn't do records together.
They never did records together. Yeah. They were supposed to. They were supposed to like, do Bad together or whatever. And it was like a certain line in there or whatever that like, Michael wouldn't change.
How wasn't Prince on We Are the World?
You see what I'm saying?
Dionne Warwick was there.
Cold War. It's like you look back on shit and you're like, holy shit, they were beefing.
Yeah, it's like Isaiah not being on the Dream Team.
Yeah.
Damn, yeah. When you look back on it, they definitely never recorded together.
Yes, I mean, we lost Prince. There's a whole battle going on for, his back catalog and unreleased songs.
Prince has great
and all that shit. Like,
I can
amazing
still
music,
remember
like,
pulling up on Ocean Drive, top down, blasting "I Will Die for You." And people were looking at me like I was nuts. And I'm just like, when you don't have a top on the car, you kind of got to put on a white ascot and listen to
Purple Rain is the greatest.
I Will Die for You.
Purple Rain is if Thriller is the greatest album of all time, Purple Rain is the greatest theatrical, cinematic music attached to a movie of all time.
It probably is. People are gonna say The Bodyguard just because I Will Always Love You was that good.
Yeah, fuck that.
But
fuck that.
Purple Rain album was
Purple
phenomenal.
Rain is like it's a perfect album. Like how many? It's like there's not many artists out there that have like multiple bodies of like perfect music. Like
Juice soundtrack was good. I'm ignorant. Though,
yeah.
You gotta remember I'm ignorant. So Juice soundtrack was all of that to me.
You know what another sleeper is? Above the Rim soundtrack.
Above the Rim and Soul Food are definitely up there. Easily up there.
You got Dr. Dre and Suge at the height of what they were doing with the Death Row sound, and that
Set It Off.
Soundtrack.
We could go for days.
Yeah, with soundtracks. Yeah. And the thing is, we can rattle these off because there is no soundtrack game now. Yeah. Like post like 2004, there is no soundtrack game.
Like that shit 1999.
Yeah, that shit is gone.
Yeah.
Like,
how about it? There really aren't no soundtracks.
There are no soundtracks. There's no budget for this shit. Like there are no soundtracks. Like there was a fucking Irv Gotti got a budget cut to fucking Kenneth Supreme McGriff for like the Black Gangster movie soundtrack, like $1 million, whatever. He had Jay-Z on a Black Gangster movie. You
got to
give
50 credit. Get Rich or Die Trying soundtrack was good. That was a good ass
and 8 Mile too.
Ah,
that's why I said post like 2004 because there's like that Aftermath run was like the last time people were like consistently releasing.
Damn, Dre had his hand in everything.
So let's do this real quick since we brought up Dr. Dre by accident. Dr. Dre is probably the single greatest hip hop figure ever. Like when you look at what he did, he had the World Class Wrecking Crew, which is basically like a disco techno group. Then to transform that into NWA and everything that came from that, Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, Ice Cube, MC Ren, DJ Yella, the DOC, which is one of the most accomplished writers in the history of this game, wrote on a Chronic, wrote on all of the NWA albums. I think other than like the first, he was on the first one too, actually. Yeah. Then you got Ice Cube and his whole, NWA / solo run that comes from that NWA tree. Then you have Snoop Dogg. Then you have the Dog Pound. Then you have his work with Tupac. Then you have his work with The Firm, with fucking Nas and all of them. Then you have his work with Jay-Z, The Watcher, and all of them fucking records. Then you have the Aftermath run, which is him, Marshall, 50, D12, G-Unit. What else came from that? Game. Like, it just doesn't fucking stop. Beats by Dre.
What amazed me about Dre is the fact that like every situation that he built up, he left with nothing.
Nothing.
And
fuck it.
It's like when you heard Jay-Z say, burn it down and you can have it back, daddy.
Yeah.
I'd rather that. Like, that was what Dre did his whole
consistently.
Like, he built up NWA and Priority and Ruthless.
Yeah,
and
shit ain't right. You don't want to pay me?
I'm out.
Deuces, I'm out.
And he built up Death Row and Suge was tripping and he was like, you know what?
Well, a lot of people don't know. Dre walked away from Death Row with nothing. He had a $250 million stake in his company that was his. He was owed that, and he walked away with nothing. And he said, "You know what? I'll get it back." And he's a billionaire now, so he got it back fourfold because that's how much. That's the type of belief you got to have in your fucking talent to get ahead.
I'm poor, and I got like 4 pair of Dre beats. Right. Like, I got the studios, the pros.
It's like I'll find a way to get these Dre beats. I got the
little buzz, So he definitely can. Yo, they got Dre beats in cars. Computers, it's
Fiat, Chrysler.
It's unreal. Like he really
Hewlett Packard. Like it's crazy.
He got it all.
He's one. If he's one, then that means like Puffy and Jay-Z are probably tied for 2.
Yeah, I guess.
Just because of all of the shit that spans like outside of music. Like Jay-Z, you got like 92 #1 albums. Puffy with the biggest selling albums, Life After Death, No Way Out. The fucking Mace album, the Initial Locks album, all of the tour shit and all that shit. So it's like you look at all of that, and then Puffy with the Ciroc shit and all that. It's like he's just a part of culture. And then you take Jay-Z.
It amazes me how hip hop has moved to where it's not just who can write down raps on a piece of paper anymore.
And you know what it is? It's because we gave away so much money and so much cultural influence for so many years, like with Jay-Z rapping about Iceberg, and then they go to Iceberg and try to do the deal, and they say, fuck out of here, nigga, we're not doing no fucking deal with you. You kidding me?
Snoop and all of them wearing Tommy Hilfiger, and Tommy Hilfiger
like, I'm not really fucking with you niggas. You know what I'm saying?
So it was like to see blacks starting fashion lines and movies, and that trickles all the way down to the young, like the entry level entrepreneurs, because you think about how many clothing lines you've seen started, how many movies you've seen put together, people that are doing this, people that are this. Like
for those of you that don't know, this our show here is a direct reflection of a year. Well, really, probably 2 years more so. A year of me independently, and then the last year of me like being on Matt's ass. Like, we got to do this. We got to do this. We got to.
I'm gonna tell folks how this shit all started. So we got a group chat, and the group chat is always rolling, and it's basically essentially what we're gonna do here: sports, music, everything,
politics, entertainment, big
social
booty
media,
hoes, flat booty hoes,
everything. And Chad one day hit me like, "Yo, we need to do a podcast," and I'm like,
what the fuck is a podcast?
That's exactly what I said. I'm like, what the fuck is a podcast? And mind you, this is a year or some change ago, so I don't know anything about the bigger podcasts that are going on because I'm not really into it. And he's like, what we doing right now, what we talking about, what we doing, what we going back and forth about, it needs to be a podcast. We got voices I feel like people need. Like, we got outlook, and we need to put it on something. And I'm like, all right, yeah, cool, get with me. And it was basically, I was like Biggie. Remember Biggie when like he told Puff like, all right, yeah, cool, we do the deal, and then I'm going down south. I wound up at the casino. I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm going to play poker, fam. I don't know what you talking about.
All that shit is cool.
Yeah,
I'm about to go see what's over these pocket aces.
And literally it was like every couple weeks, Chad kept like, yo, let's do it. Let's do the podcast. And I'm like, all right. So naturally I started looking into podcasts and listening to them and getting into it. And I'm just like, oh, you basically just talk and give your opinion.
Yeah, talk shit. So your perspective.
Tell your dumbass stories and whatever the fuck you've been through. And it's just like, yeah, all right, cool. This makes sense. And it's like, boom, we here now. And we going to be here every week. And we got it. And we going to be bringing friends through. We already got like people lined up to come on.
Yeah.
That's fly. Yeah. Like, that's cool. Just the fact that we could put it out there like, yo, we want to do the podcast, and we don't need to drop no names right now, but we actually got real live folks that's like, yeah, because boom, I like y'all, I like this, I'll come through.
Right.
That's fly.
For the culture.
Yeah, just for the, I don't know anything about the culture, but just.
Right. It's strictly for the culture.
Yeah, for the.
Everything is for the culture.
When people say that, yesterday somebody posted a picture of a dude wearing a Russell Wilson Seahawks jersey with blue Dickies, and the caption said, retweet this. If this gets 1,000 retweets, I'm going to sock him for the vulture. Because he had on all blue. And boy said, if this gets 1,000 retweets, I'm going to sock him for the vulture. I fell out off of that. But no, when people say that for the culture, I be like, all right, yeah, whatever. But it's like, yo, no, I understand it because there are a lot of people who dig it. It's like, yo, just give off your opinion. Just think what it don't even got to be right. And that's what I like about where we at now in society. Like, you really don't even got to be right. You just got to feel strongly about it.
You don't got to be factually correct. You don't got to do no homework.
No.
You don't got to do no backstories.
No.
You don't have to have no empirical data, no evidence,
nothing.
No Venn diagrams, nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like fuck that.
You realistically could ask somebody a question and they give you an answer and it sound good enough. You be like,
maybe.
Oh, all right. You're like, you talk to somebody, yo, who is Napoleon? You're like, yo, he started the Crips in Oregon. You like, cool.
Sounds plausible.
Yeah, sounds legit. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what's decent about all of this. What are you looking at?
I'm looking at this list here. I'm just run through some names. All of these celebrity deaths 2016, just to kind of get back on track. Fidel Castro, obviously, longtime leader of Cuba. Father of communism, just recently opened up the lines of communication back with America. We're able to now travel freely back and forth from Cuba.
Fidel did die.
That's
another one.
Fidel's gone. Yeah. You got Rob Ford, the GOAT. Let's take a moment of silence real quick for Rob Ford, the GOAT.
Definitely, yo.
All right, for those of you that don't know, Rob Ford is the single greatest human ever to walk the earth.
Drake is the second coolest person to ever come from Toronto.
Rob Ford is number one.
Easily.
Rob Ford, mayor of Toronto, he had a press conference where he was caught up in a sex scandal. He said, and then you got this woman, this whatever the fuck her name is, who said I tried to eat her pussy. No, I didn't try to eat her pussy. What I said was, and I don't remember it, but the fact that the mayor of a major city in North America went on television and said, this girl said I tried to eat her pussy and I didn't. Yeah. Wow.
And then left that press conference and bought crack. Like, Rob Ford was off
with a hooker.
Rob Ford is a GOAT. Like
in the memory of Marion Barry, went and bought crack with a hooker and went to a fucking hotel. The mayor of a major metropolitan city in North America. Rest in peace, Rob Ford.
Shout out Rob Ford.
Nancy Reagan died in 2016.
I told you I don't like.
We don't really give a fuck about Nancy Reagan. Like I said, not to desecrate the dead or nothing, but at the end of the day, Nancy Reagan is a big part of Reaganomics. which is a stain on America and basically on the black community and black culture. Where
I'll take that back because that was her with the whole "this is your brain on drugs" with the egg.
Yeah.
That fucked me up when I was a kid. I'm not gonna lie. Nancy might have kept me off drugs, the hard drugs. Yeah, because I definitely did some drugs, but they weren't hard drugs because of that commercial. You're absolutely right. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, what people don't understand is that programming is a motherfucker, and a commercial like that, and then the president going on, her husband, the president going on television and talking about this fake war on drugs when he supplied everybody with the fucking drugs. It's just like he literally encouraged everybody to go and sell drugs. Like, and then you know what he did? He locked them the fuck up for it. And then you know what Bill Clinton did after him? Gave him max sentencing to go along with the fact that you're going to jail for this fucking fake drug war that we created.
Did you watch 13?
Oh, of course.
Great, yo. I don't know who made it, but because I don't want to speak.
Ava DuVernay.
Oh, who's that? A woman or
a woman?
Okay, shout
Ava
out
DuVernay.
to her. Ava
DuVernay made the 13.
Yeah,
this is an amazing documentary.
That was good. That was a good.
It literally ties in every single piece of the puzzle historically from the abolishment of slavery to modern day and everything in between of how black people have and people of color have historically been criminalized, marginalized, and locked up for crimes that white people, namely, are not punished as nearly as harsh for.
That documentary and the OJ documentary were probably the two best bodies of work.
And they both came out 2016.
Yeah,
so that was a positive for 2016.
Was definitely 2016 scored. That was two good points, right?
Oh yeah, and then the OJ television show.
That was good.
That was good
too.
That was dope. Not as good as the documentary ESPN did, but it was entertaining.
The documentary was just so raw. It just was like even me, I was on a tip where it was like, yo, OJ, I know he did it. It's no question he did it. But what, like when you sit and think about it, you like, who the fuck can hold one person and stab him and stab one person and hold the other person? That's
a motherfucker with hands the size of this computer
that's
monitor.
NFL
That's
running back shit. Like real shit. It's like
Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
we
it's
know
like
Kevin Durant didn't do it.
If I hear Chad stabbed two people in an alleyway, what was the second person doing? But if you hear Ezekiel Elliott,
right?
It's like it kind of makes sense. He's fast enough, strong enough. So it was like seeing it though, and you realize like, damn, OJ was really a sociopath. Like
he's the craziest motherfucker ever.
Yeah, like OJ was really, really nuts.
Like I have a friend whose name is. He's the craziest motherfucker in Philadelphia. OJ's the craziest motherfucker ever.
Yeah,
like to ever walk the earth. Like OJ murdered his wife, murdered her lover, threatened several people along the whole time period or whatever like that. He had a history of domestic violence.
Yeah.
And then once everything was all over, once he couldn't make any more money off of being the villain, then he made himself more villainous by attempting to write and release a book called If I Did It.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And then he moved to Miami and became an international playboy and just fucked hookers for a living for 8 or 9 years.
That's what I like. I didn't realize the end of OJ. Like,
I didn't know that either.
I didn't know he went so far off the deep end, like being in pornos and all that crazy ass shit. It was just like,
and then it was still so crazy. And this is the power of celebrity. OJ was so fucking big that it was like when he walked in the club, people were like, "Oh shit, there's OJ," and they wasn't scared. They was like still mesmerized. He
by became
his
like
celebrity.
more of a celebrity almost, like more polarizing to people. And that documentary was awesome. And 13, so shout out to the both of those. Those were definitely good ass documentaries.
All right, couple more celebrity deaths. We're gonna run through these real quick. David Bowie. Oh my goodness, David Bowie. Phife Dawg, A Tribe Called Quest. Do you want to tell your Tribe Called Quest story, or you want to save that?
Yeah,
we'll save that for a later date. Matt's got an amazing Tribe Called Quest story.
We'll keep that.
That might be a whole episode if we start running down that shit. We don't have enough time for that. Frank Sinatra Jr. We already did Prince and Vanity. Alan Thicke, the dad from fucking Growing Pains.
Was Frank Sinatra Jr. like famous, or was he just
Frank Sinatra Jr.?
Frank Sinatra Jr.
Yeah. I probably had a successful cleaning business or something, or sold heroin or something.
When you said Frank Sinatra Jr., I'm thinking like. No, I'm thinking like Frank Sinatra is Frank Sinatra Jr. I'm like, no, he been dead.
Yeah, he been dead. He went. Old Blue Eyes went a long time ago. Gary Shandling, the comedian. Sir George Martin, who was the Beatles producer. China from WWE.
I wanted to fuck China so bad.
Yeah, I had a serious D-Generation X days.
I don't know why.
There wasn't much sexuality on TV in 93, 94,
when
95.
When I saw her porno, that was like, damn.
With X-Pac.
Yeah, that was X-Pac. How about it? Shit. I was like, yo, China's not bad, yo. And she's just burly than a motherfucker. But we live in Philadelphia. It's burly women
burly
all over the
everywhere.
place. Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? My family from the South, so like burly women is like cool. You know what I'm saying?
It's
like
what it is.
Yeah, if you bring around a woman that's like less than 200,
like, she don't eat, baby.
My friend like, who is this skinny girl? Like, yo, it's just how it is.
How old is she? 14? How old is she? Muhammad Ali, the greatest of all time.
The GOAT. The absolute GOAT.
Muhammad Ali.
Absolute GOAT. I find it. I didn't respect Ali's legacy
in his position,
and that's what I kind of told my pop, because my pop is, you say Ali isn't, you talk that Floyd shit around him, my papa lose it, and it's just like I told my dad, I'm like, yo, you gotta understand, like Ali been that way my whole life, so I didn't get to see Ali talking slick,
right,
talking fast, being this, that, and the third. I saw,
simply stated, he was that nigga.
He was. When you really, I really sat one day and like watched all these old clips, and I was reading all this stuff about him, and it was just like, yo, he really didn't go to a war.
Yeah.
He said, nah, I'm cool. Put me in jail.
Yeah.
He was the champ. That's some heavy shit.
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of people.
He literally
fuck sports, just in life.
He was a person who meant everything he said and did, and he stood on his word, unlike anybody else, like, because he was willing to go to jail behind him not believing in this war that he felt like America started.
Yeah, that learning all of
at
that
the height
of his career. That's
career.
The illest part. The fact that he was the champ, and he was, this was the 60s, 70s. Like, being the heavyweight champion was
everything.
That was everything.
It was big. The NBA wasn't that big. The NFL wasn't that big.
You was lit.
You were a god.
You were a god. Yeah, walking icon, living legend. So it's like, to see him at that state say, no, I don't believe in this. Boom. At that, like, it was like, damn. It made me really respect who he was and what he meant. So to see him pass and to see people, heartbroken, it's like, yeah, I understand it. I get that. That's just me being a little older. You know what I mean?
Yeah, some more legendary sports figures. Gordie Howe, Detroit Red Wings. Gordie Howe, Detroit Red Wings. Buddy Ryan, legendary coach. Eagles, Cardinals, Bears 85 championship defense. He crafted that.
He was
a
defensive coordinator, right?
Yeah. And his two sons, Rex and what the fuck is the other one? Used to be. Is he still Rob Ryan? Is he still with the Cowboys?
No,
he got fired, right?
Rob Ryan he's all over the goddamn place.
Yeah,
he's like on a different team every year.
He's probably at like a Jiffy Lube or something.
No, he's still a coordinator.
Oh, okay.
He's in NFL. For some reason, I think he's with he's either with the Patriots or with his brother. It's one of them. I can't think of it.
Yeah, because I could have swore I saw Rob Ryan at a Jiffy Lube the other day. Oh, both of them did. Oh shit. Rob and Rex Ryan both got fired from the Bills. Our producers yelling in there,
just behind the glass.
Like, yo, he's like, they're both people. They probably were at the Jiffy Lube. It probably was them. So back to my original statement. I think I saw Rob Ryan at a fucking Jiffy Lube. I think he was at least the manager or something.
I thought Just was asleep. He popped up with that one.
He's like, no, they suck.
He said, oh, y'all done talking about hip hop shit? I know this. I know this.
I know this one. Pat Summitt, holy shit! Pat Summitt, legendary coach, Tennessee Volunteers women's team. The her and Gino Auriemma, great. We've talking about a lot of goats today. The greatest women's basketball coach, professional or amateur ever. Her and Gino Auriemma are the two goats. I think we can agree to that.
Yeah, we definitely agree on that.
That's like
we don't agree on much, but we'll definitely agree.
We can definitely lock that down. Gene Wilder, holy shit!
Who's that?
Gene Wilder, the comedian. He was Richard Pryor's like partner in a lot of those movies.
Willy Wonka.
Exactly.
Shit.
Willy Wonka's dead.
Yeah, he did die. Damn. Yeah. How about it?
Rest in peace, Gene Wilder. Another legendary sports figure, Arnold Palmer, one of the GOATs, golf player. Nothing.
Tiger's the GOAT. So
Tiger's a GOAT for his on-field and off-field antics.
Yeah, Tiger's off-field antics were insane.
Tiger was fucking 87 different waitresses across
middle-aged
America.
white women.
Middle-aged white women waitresses. And he was married to a supermodel.
His phone book was like Nancy, Linda, Susan. It was just a bunch of middle-aged white ladies. Tiger's off the chain for that.
Holy shit. Craig Sager. Let's definitely take a moment for Craig Sager, man.
Definitely
legend.
A moment for Craig.
George Michael, legendary British artist. Gotta Have Faith.
You said that the other day, and I still don't.
not. Look, fuck that. Look up George Michael right now and see what pops up on like YouTube and Google. George Michael's one of the goats, man. I remember like being a kid and like loving George Michael's like look because he looked like the Fonzie with a beard, and I remember like loving George Michael and thinking like, yo, he must get all the bitches. And it turned out he was gay. Like, so that was like,
oh yeah, I've seen this bull before. Yeah, just clearly his Wikipedia picture. He's clearly gay.
Yeah, but initially, like before, like in the 80s and early 90s, being gay wasn't the shit like it is now.
Yeah.
So it was like, you didn't know George Michael was gay. You just assumed he was slaying all of the poom, and it just wasn't happening. He was totally into guys and shit. Like,
he looks like a gay Uncle Jesse off of Full House.
Bingo. Yeah. He developed into that look. He wasn't as gay, spicy looking at first, but he definitely ended up there. Carrie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds, daughter and mother.
That's another one that I'm like, not that I'm like, I mean, you know, anyone passes away, but it's
definitely.
just, I never saw a Star Wars, so I don't.
Holy shit. Let's do this real quick. We got about 15 minutes left in the show.
Yeah,
let's talk about all the movies that Matt has never seen before.
It's bad.
That are international, like, iconic movies.
Never saw any Star Wars. Never saw any of the Bournes.
I never saw any of the Bournes either, and I think they're wild overrated, and I always fall asleep.
I tried the first Bourne.
I tried every Bourne, and I fell asleep every time.
Like, I never saw any of the cartoon movie, like Avengers, Mega Mans, Iron Mans, never any of that.
Highest gruesome movies of all time, he's never seen them.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I saw Titanic, but I didn't see the highest. What's the highest grossing movie?
Avengers.
No, Avatar.
Oh, you didn't see Avatar either. So just go down the top 10 lists of like the highest grossing movies of all time. Matt hasn't seen 80% of them.
I love Dark Knight.
Okay.
And Dark Knight Rises. Those was good.
Amazing movies.
What else? You name it that like any of those.
What about any Star Trek movies?
No, I don't even know who the characters are.
Okay.
Like, I like comedies. I'm a funny dude. Like,
all right. So like, you know what my favorite underrated comedy is? It's two from Martin Lawrence: Nothing to Lose and National Security.
National Security is great.
Fucking hilarious.
Great. But this is how I am when it comes to movies: action movies, adventure movies, and like those, what do they call them? Like thriller movies.
Yeah.
I don't watch those. I got bad nerves, so I don't watch scary movies. I just, this is the truth. I don't like scary movies. Like my girl had to force me to watch Saw. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm just like, yo, like turn the light on. Let's watch shit in the living room. I don't like this
after like Saw like 37. I kind of tapped out on the Saws.
I watched the first and the second.
There's no less than like 80 Saw movies.
But I watch a terrible comedy before I watch a big time action movie.
Did you see the terrible comedy that Kevin Hart had on Hulu, where he was like an assistant pimp for like a week or whatever?
Yeah, I seen that.
It's a horrible fucking movie.
But I like it. Like Fat Beach with Jermaine Hopkins. I watch shit like that. Brian Hooks, Clerks, you know, all that type shit. I watch
What was the one that E40 was in with Brian Hooks?
3 Strikes.
3 Strikes.
My weebilization.
My weebilization. My fetty is on the injured list. Like, what the fuck does that mean?
No, that was one of the greatest, terriblest movies ever made. Yo, shout out 3 Strikes. Damn, I like that.
Shit, man.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, I'll watch a bad comedy before I watch a good action movie, just because I know I'm not gonna be into it. Like, I just know I'm not.
I love all that shit. I'm just like a movie guy. Like, I'm a big. I didn't used to watch a lot of TV. I would watch certain shit. Like, I watch my Ratchet TV on Mondays for sure, loving hip hop and all that bullshit and Black Ink and shit like that. But like, I watch a lot of TV now. Like, you know what the show I just started watching? That's like a 7-year-old show, but I just started watching it. Homeland.
I hear that's good.
Homeland is fucking amazing.
It took me a while to watch Breaking Bad to get all the way through.
It took me a while too. I started Breaking Bad. I think they had 6 seasons. I probably started it on like 3.5. But what I did was I started 3.5 and I watched it forward, and then when it was over, I went back. And then I just got like a whole understanding of it. Breaking Bad is one of the 3 or 4 best TV shows ever.
Like, there are no good shows anymore. That's how it feels. It's
no,
like,
there's a lot of good shows. You got to look for them.
Like People vs. OJ was good, but it's how far can that go?
What I would say is the problem is that when one style of writing works, that suspenseful, like who sucked Jermaine's dick, find out next week. Like, once that, all of that, like, suspenseful, dumbass shit, like, people start liking that, Scandal and Quantico and all that shit, then
My
every
girl loves them, and
every
I can't watch
show
them.
gets written that same exact fucking way, and it's annoying as shit. Like
I'll watch a old Martin before I watch a new whatever.
Listen, if I'm in the house and I don't have plans on going anywhere, and I turn on TV and Martin is on anywhere in like 100 channel radius, I'm watching Martin over anything.
Real talk, it's like there are no.
And I've seen
sitcoms.
every episode
Again,
3,000 times.
That's me. I'm a funny guy, so I like laughing.
There are no sitcoms.
None. There are no sitcoms anymore. I mean, well, Blackish.
Blackish is a very good show.
And I actually watched it. Blackish is pretty good. It's like
I thought what's the name show wasn't too bad. Mike Epps show, and they fucking canceled
they
it.
got rid of that quick.
I like that show.
Yeah,
like
I did too.
What they did some shit I never seen before. They double ran the episodes like and just got it out of here in 4 weeks. Like, but the thing was, he beat the show that was on the same time slot a year prior. He murdered the show ratings wise, and they still got it the fuck out of here. I guess they wanted another Blackish, and then when it wasn't at that same level, it was like, oh well. It was like, but when you like only have you got Mike Epps and Nia Long, and that's all you got, like.
See, this is why we're gonna be dope, because you are like facts, like you know statistics and all of that shit, and
You don't give a fuck about that shit.
it's just, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. I just know I don't use mine as productively as some other people.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, you have statistics and all of that type shit, and I just have like, my general random knowledge, and it's just like, I'm gonna just go with my gut and whatever sounds
like
the
that's
best.
wrong. That sounds wrong.
Yeah, it sounds good. Cool, let's rock with it. You know what I mean?
All right, I'm gonna rattle off a couple more celebrity deaths. We get over this and just kind of wrap the show up. Janet Reno, former Attorney General. Always thought she looked crazy as hell and looked like she was not somebody you wanted to fuck with. Actress Florence Henderson, Rashaan Salam from the Chicago Bears, early '90s era. Early mid-90s running back, whatever. I think he was murdered. Rest in peace,
He
Rashaan
definitely
Salam.
got killed, I think.
Zsa Zsa Gabor, the international.
You heard me just now? He definitely got killed, I think. That's me.
Oh man, he got killed. He might have fell off a boat. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I saw that he got killed.
And then I got a couple more here. Yeah, that's basically it. So a lot of celebrity deaths in 2016. Holy shit! But a lot of good documentaries 2016.
Yeah.
You take the good with the bad.
People died, good films came out. It's like, two good films.
Yeah.
There were good movies, though, in 2016. I can't think of none. But,
But I'm sure there were.
there were. Birth of a Nation was good.
I didn't see Birth of a Nation.
Wow. See?
I didn't see Birth of a Nation. I've never seen Homicide. I've never seen Roots in its entirety.
I mean, it's 49 days long, so it's like you're never going to see Roots.
Yeah,
Unless
it's
you
like-
really want to
I didn't see the new Roots with T.I. in it. I definitely didn't see that.
T.I.'s in a new Roots?
The new Roots has T.I. in it. Clifford
Shut
Harris.
up.
I can't make this shit up. I'm going to pull this up right now while we're
Is
on
it
air.
a show?
It's a fucking miniseries. It's like Roots Reloaded or some shit like that. Like
Roots 2.
Yeah.
When the fuck did that come out? Josh, you knew there was another Roots? Just don't know about the
Just
first
don't know about Roots.
Yeah.
Yeah, he tipped T.I. Harris as Cyrus in the Roots cast on the History Channel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, T.I. was in fucking Roots, man.
So
T.I.'s had an interesting life, man.
So is it that nigga is in a Roots?
He's in the Roots.
So is it like Roots or
It's Roots, but on the History Channel. It's the,
No, but you know the story of
Alex
Roots.
Haley Roots. It's
Yeah,
Roots.
with like
Kunta Kinte.
Kunta Kinte.
Roots. Yeah, it's Roots.
oh shit.
But T.I.'s in it.
Is he Roots? I mean,
He's not. He's Cyrus.
Oh, okay. I thought he was.
Lawrence Fishburne's in it. Like, let's do this real quick.
So who's Kunta
T.I.,
Kinte?
Lawrence Fishburne, Chad L. Coleman, Cuddy from The Wire,
Cuddy, yeah.
Erica Tazel, I don't know who she is, Lane Garrison, Mekhi Phifer's in it. He's got a crazy looking fucking hat on.
Damn,
top hat.
look at this.
Yeah, like Matthew Good, some lady I don't know, Sedell Threat Jr. So Sedell Threat's 3-point shooter, NBA, his son, Sedell Threat Jr. Derek Luke is in it. Boobie Miles, Puffy.
Yeah, Puffy's in Roots.
Puffy's in Roots. G. Hannelis, whoever she is, she's a good looking white woman. Shout out to her.
I really didn't know they made another Roots.
Yeah, it's a good looking white woman there.
That is a pretty. Let me just.
So yeah, I mean there was a new Roots that came out 2016, I believe, or 15 or 14. I don't know. But there's another Roots, man. T.I.'s in that shit.
I really didn't know there was another Roots. That's crazy.
T.I. has an interesting filmography and
T.I.'s done some good
televisionography.
movies, though.
He did fucking the Frank Lucas movie.
Yeah.
He was one of the nephews in that.
He definitely was in that.
He did the Takers movie.
Takers, he was good in Takers.
He was real good in
was
Takers.
awesome in Takers.
He was a great villain.
The movie stunk.
He's like a slimy LA nigga, but an Atlanta nigga. He was an Atlanta nigga. It was a slimy Atlanta nigga playing a slimy LA nigga.
Yeah, he was good in Takers though. The movie stunk, but he was really good. Like the
Michael Ealy fucking irks me.
I thought y'all all stick together, yo.
We usually, but
like, you know, I don't.
He kind of sucks. He's not a good actor. I get why all the
why
all the chicks want to fuck him. But
I don't like him because I can't do that. Like I can't just be wolfing and the shit is sexy. Like there's no way they're gonna put me on like the 100 nicest looking people in the planet and I got like a crazy nappy.
Well,
bush.
I just have one rule in life that I absolutely live by, which is I don't trust no black man with like sandy brown or like red hair. All them niggas with red hair is savages and will fuck your wife on the dishwasher.
Yeah.
Look at Ready Rock. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's no getting around this shit.
We gotta have Reddy come up here. That's gonna be epic when Reddy come up here.
We're gonna have Reddy up here for the Weed and Cali episode or some shit like that.
That's definitely gonna be popping when we bring Reddy up. But it's like, where were we at with the slave movies?
Oh yeah. I haven't seen none of it.
Like I saw Birth of a Nation and I saw Rosewood. That was the shit.
I saw Rosewood. I saw parts of Glory.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman was in there.
Morgan
Freeman wasn't in Glory.
That was Denzel in Glory.
Morgan Freeman wasn't in there too.
He was in Glory though.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I talking about? Yeah. Matthew Broderick and shit. Right. Yeah. But yeah, when it comes to movies, man, I'm real particular. Like I told you, if it's a comedy, turn it on.
Right.
If it's not, let me sit with this for like 10 years and I'll get to it eventually. You know what I'm saying? That's how I am. Like
I'll watch this at some point in the next 7 years.
Like I don't be up on everything, and it's like, you know, here's another joint. I want to put this out there real quick. So many people, once I said, "Yo, we doing a podcast," you know what the first thing they asked me?
Can I be on a podcast?
Well, that was hoes and like niggas who want to be cool. I'm talking about like just regular folk.
What the fuck is a podcast?
How do I listen to it? And I'm like, it's an app on your phone, and they like
it comes preloaded on your phone.
And people like, how do I download the app? And I'm like, it's
already on. It's already there.
And it hit me like, damn, people really get these $900 phones
and don't do $30 worth of the capabilities that the phone has.
They just text and argue with strangers online. You know what I'm saying? That's all they do.
It's arguing time.
Yeah, that's it. Get the popcorn, boil the water. It's time to fucking go. That's it. And it's like I literally, like, not trying to be funny, I had to physically show somebody yesterday, like, look, this is the app. And they like, what do I do? And I'm like, you just figure out whoever you want to listen to. You can go through the categories. You can search. And they like, well, who has a podcast? And I'm like, yo, it's
everybody.
I sound like
the Earth has a podcast.
I sound like how you sounded when you would talk to me about podcasts like a year ago. Like I'm irritated now. I'm like, yo,
everybody has a podcast.
It's 19 million podcasts. It's like just go in there and listen.
Where the fuck have you been the last 7 years?
And that's why I'm like, damn, Chad must have really been pissed with me. It's like, yo,
like, looking back,
like, yo, real talk. Like I really was fucking up not knowing what a podcast was, and it's just. You know, like I told people and people like hype, like, oh, that's what's up, that's decent, because I like y'all funny as shit, this and the third. How do I listen to it? And I'm like, man, it's on your phone. Like, look, the fare is $225. Just go sit down. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy that I had people walking up to me on a bus, everything this way. It's like, that's dope. So what are we doing going forward?
Going forward, you know, this podcast, as Kanye once said, the internet is the sky. It's the sky. Like, we're going to do any and everything with this show. We're going to have guests. We're going to have topics. We're going to have, you know, hopefully y'all support us enough that we get to a live show level. Like, we're going to blow this shit up as much as possible and, you know, and just try to grow and hope that y'all grow with us and support the show. I'm getting the sign that it's time for us to get out of here. So what I'll say before I go, and I'll let Matt give us the last word, which is make sure you follow us on social media at The Realest Podcast Ever on all podcast forums. Search us on YouTube, The Realest Podcast Ever. Follow me on social media at _C Diddy on Twitter, at +.CEO on Instagram. Make sure you follow Matt. Matt, give me your social media.
Matt Makes Me Sick. That's MATTMAKES MEMESICK. I almost fucked that up.
I almost fucked up your own social media.
It's a couple people who got like, it's a Mac Makes Me Sick. It's a lot of different at names that are like
a lot of antagonists out there on social media.
Yeah. But
we'll get into that on the social media episode. The antagonists.
But like I said, we're gonna
be
doing this every week. The goal is to get Chad a reality show for his YBOD.
Yeah,
thing.
YBOD of love.
Real talk, where he gets 38
YBODs
premium young women
in one house,
in one mansion, and he gets to finally, ruin one's life at the end of the show.
Yeah, we're gonna get mad at cooking show.
Now I want to get a side chick and get on Love and Hip Hop. That's it. That's my goal. If I do that, I succeeded. You know what I'm saying?
So again, we have fucking lofty goals here, as you can see.
We're trying to
make it out here, and we just need y'all to help us and support us. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast first and foremost. Make sure you comment to the podcast. Second of all, make sure you rate the show. Third of all, those three things, we can continue to grow together, bring you this dope ass content, and blow up the realest podcast ever.
And we'll be here next week with whatever the fuck happened this past week. Holla back.
Holla back.